Hello and welcome, you're watching Western Armenian News and I'm Gasparian. Germany's past empire's role in the Armenian Genocide. Western Armenia delegation visits Tsitsernakaberd site. Any cathedral, no plan to turn into a mosque. Haykazun Galustyan 95th anniversary marked with new book, The Lost World of Jugha's Khachkars. New Turkish propaganda, Western Azerbaijan project. Baku threatens Armenians' Crossroads of Peace project. Genocide lessons and human inhumanity. More than a century after the genocide of Armenians, the question of Germany's role is once again in focus. While Turkey still denies the genocide, Germany took a different path in 2015. President Joachim Gauck publicly admitted Germany's moral responsibility for what happened to Armenians in the Ottoman Empire. Documents from the German Foreign Ministry prove that diplomats were well aware of the massacres, but the empire chose silence to protect its alliance with Turkey. Although Germany didn't organize the killings, its weapons officer and political support made the genocide possible. Today, voices are rising again, especially from Western Armenia, asking Germany to fully accept its responsibility, just as it once did with Israel and Namibia. History, it seems, it's knocking once more on Berlin's door. Led by President Neli Harutyunyan, a delegation from Western Armenia paid an unofficial visit to Tsitsernakaberd to review the ongoing construction work. Their goal was to understand how the project is progressing and what problems exist on site. According to reports, the work is currently paused and staff were on a break when the group arrived. However, the delegation received full explanations about the reasons for the delay and the plans for continuation. Although unofficial, the visit gave Western Armenia representatives a chance to directly observe and evaluate the situation on the memorial. Turkey's Minister of Culture and Tourism Mehmet Nuri Ersoy responded to recent rumors claiming the Cathedral of Ani would be converted into a mosque. He stated clearly that no such decisions has been made and the site remains protected as part of Turkey's official cultural heritage. While restoration work is ongoing, there are no plans to change the building's purpose. The confusion began after an archaeologist mentioned the idea publicly, sparking debate and concern. The ministry has now officially confirmed that the cathedral status will remain unchanged. A new book titled Let It Be for Good has been published in honor of poet Haykazun Galustyan's 95th anniversary, one of Constantinople's founders of modern Armenian poetry. The collection, released by Aras Publishing, was translated from Turkish by Ohanes Shashkal, who is also known for illustrating the Agos magazine. Galustyan's life was full of hardship and poverty, which deeply influenced his poetry. His poems reflect the sorrow and moral struggle of Armenians during the after World War II, turning pain into honest, touching art, and still speaks today. In a 1915 photo, actor Aram Vurur stands among the Khachkars of Old Jugha, once home to nearly 10,000 stone crosses, the largest collection in the world. By the 1970s, around 3,000 remained, but in 2005, the Azerbaijani regime ordered their total destruction, erasing centuries of Armenian heritage. International organizations, including ICOMOS, condemned it as a clear act of cultural genocide. Today, Jugha's vanished cemetery stands as a reminder of how deeply history and identity can be destroyed and why they must always be defended. Azerbaijan's state newspaper and ADA University have launched a new so-called research project titled Revealing the History of Western Azerbaijan. Behind this false academic image hides another wave of anti-Armenian propaganda. The project multiplies historical documents, blames Armenians for crimes they never committed, and distorts reality to justify Azerbaijan's occupation of Armenian lands. This campaign is part of a broader political strategy led by Turkish and Azerbaijani authorities to erase Armenian identity and rewrite the region's history under a false narrative. In recent months, Azerbaijan's military budget and armament programs have grown sharply, reaching nearly 8.7 billion for 2026. Baku is now acquiring new long-range and self-propelled artillery systems, creating direct threats to border villages and civilians. The U.S. bill H.R. 5632 introduces possible sanctions if Azerbaijan repeats aggression, showing that international tools do exist. But experts warn Armenia must act fast, strengthen radar systems, build civilian shelters, and engage repeat response defenses. Only through unity, international cooperation, and serious preparation can Armenia prevent new escalation in the region. Once again, the world faces war, violence, and the suffering of innocent people. In Palestine, entire families are being killed, and humanity watches another tragedy unfold. For Armenians who experienced genocide 110 years ago, these images awaken deep pain and memories. History keeps repeating: unarmed civilians dying, children begging for food and water, and doctors risking their lives to save them. Western Armenia, which has also suffered loss and displacement, remains the world that silence is complicity. We must protect the defenseless and never allow such unhuman acts to happen again. That's all for today's news from Western Armenia. For more details, please visit the website of Western Armenia. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more updates.